Thanks for coming back. It's Matt here again with mywebbro.com, and today I'm really happy to take a look at the statistics from 2017 in regards to some of the most popular internet technologies. In other words, what are the technologies that the majority of people are using? And then we can also take a look at the technologies that are becoming more popular every day and see how they're trending, what direction that new technology is trending. So we go to w3techs.com, w3techs.com, and we find this website where they have in a very clean and simple way, laid out a lot of the statistics about the internet. So a quick shout out to W3Techs, which is provided by QSuccess. QSuccess is this consulting company. We can go here and we can learn that Matthias Gelbman and Amanda Delamer are behind QSuccess. And I want to say a huge thank you to both of you, because the website that you're running over here at w3techs.com is a very valuable resource to a lot of people in our industry. So we appreciate that. Let's get right in here. So what's on the top of their list is very interesting, is some interesting news. WordPress is now accounting for 30% of internet websites in the top 10 million according to Alexa. So if you remember in 2017, in a lot of my videos, I discussed that WordPress was accounting for 25%, about a quarter of all of the websites on the internet. And now you can see that it is up to 30%. So that number is increasing. And you can see that there's a huge disparity between WordPress, that's number one, and the next few CMS systems that end up being Joomla and Drupal and Magento. So we've all heard of Shopify, and somewhere in that top 10, I'm sure you'll find Squarespace and Wix. So here we can see that the fastest growing content management system is still WordPress, with just under 1,800 websites per day being built on the WordPress platform. And then second and third, you've got Squarespace and Wix. So that was the most interesting information that I found here in this report, is just the idea that WordPress has jumped by 5 whole percentage points up to 30%. So server-side programming and client-side programming, no one's probably surprised to see PHP is number one and JavaScript is number one for client-side. It's totally normal. Of course, that has direct correlation with the idea that everyone's on WordPress, or that a lot of people are on WordPress, excuse me. JavaScript libraries, markup languages, HTML and XHTML. Now, HTML5 you can see is going to probably very quickly become the new standard. Obviously, everybody knows that. So, character encodings, image file formats is a very interesting statistic, because we all remember, I mean, not very long ago, JPEG was king, just dominating. Everything was a JPEG, and you can see now we're kind of starting to replace the JPEG with other faster imagery, things like PNG files, GIF and SVG files, and bitmap is obviously getting old. So here you can see these numbers add up to more than 100. The reason for that is because you have websites that are using both technologies, obviously. In the case of JPEGs and PNGs, it's very standard that a logo on a website will be a PNG, content on a blog will be a JPEG. Nowadays, you're trying to make these SVG logos in websites, so depending on the security requirements of your website, you might have an SVG logo. So site elements, CSS is obviously going to be the most popular, because cascading style sheets is what enables a website to resize itself to mobile devices. So cool. So let's just go ahead and blast through some of these other ones here. Interestingly, Komodo, just by a few points, is number one in SSL certificates. So probably if you're a small business owner and you bought an SSL, it was a Komodo SSL, whether you knew it or not. Social widgets is important, because looking at this, you can see exactly where you should be focusing your social media marketing. Facebook at 10%, Twitter at 9%. And then you're not finding Instagram in there, but Instagram and Facebook are so closely connected. And then you're also not seeing LinkedIn in there, which LinkedIn I think is a great way for you to develop authority in your industry. You can create this community of people that are in the same industry as you, or create content for people in the same industry as you through LinkedIn. So I think that's also a good Oh, and here you can see right here, LinkedIn at about 12 additional sites joining LinkedIn per day according to this. So add to any, something that we should probably look at. Add to any is trending pretty high right now, so it's something that we should figure out what exactly that is, right? JavaScript content, okay, that's not that interesting. Traffic analysis tools, #1, Google Analytics, of course, at 56.3%, right? And then Yandex is next. So according to this, 5,000 websites per day are integrating Google Analytics into their websites. A lot of times integrating that into their WordPress build. So cool. Advertising networks, Google Ads is #1 still at 22%. Continues to be #1 at 13,400 sites per day joining the Google Ads platform. Cool. So this is interesting too. Apache web servers still #1 by a margin of about 10 percentage points, and then you've got the others there following. And then what operating system is on those servers? You've either got Unix or Windows usually, and Unix is still more popular. So GoDaddy right now is just by a hair doing better than Amazon in regards to the most popular web hosting providers. I like GoDaddy because I like to get customers into a solution that's heavily supported, and GoDaddy is very heavily supported. Okay. .com is still the top domain, of course. United States is leading in server locations, which is interesting, and English remains the dominant language on the internet right now, according to Alexa's top 10 million websites. So thank you so much for coming back. It was great to show you these statistics, these interesting statistics from February 1st, 2018. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, check me out on Facebook and on LinkedIn, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.